city stand.
Come back.
Well, I'm not too surprised that we're having that reports or development coming from the People's Democratic Party. If you remember, Mike, I told you that those calling for mergers or those attempting to merge have serious work to do, if you remember, because I understand that the government in power, the person in the saddle will do anything to ensure that they are fragmented one way or the other, and that we are already seeing. They will throw every spanner at their wheel to ensure that nothing concrete happens. So I wasn't too surprised when I saw the news this morning. Any reasonable party now should be thinking, apart from the ruling party, should be thinking of merger. Any reasonable party that is serious with 2027 election must be thinking of coming together with some other forces. And that's the only way you can begin to think of a wrestling power from the present administration. But for the governors, the PDP governors to come out and say that they are not interested in any merger, that anybody that wants to use their platform can just come on board and join their own party. For me, I think they are going to have problem. Let me just put this straight. The People's Democratic Party are going to have serious problem, and it only shows that they are not serious for 2027 elections.
Mr. Vincent, you've seen the reports. I don't know how you feel about the report when you saw it this morning. People have been going up and down, visiting party leaders, visiting politicians, top-notch politicians in the country. Right here, it seems his effort has been rendered useless by his so-called party, People's Democratic Party. Now, do you think, is it possible for PDP to make its way in the 2027 election without merging?
No party can make any headway. If any party that wants to uproot the APC-led government from the reins of governance in this country must, first of all, bring to the front burner coalition. Because coalition, you know, when you see our Nigerian politicians, the way they take this problem of politicking, they take it with a kind of a pinch of salt. They are not really serious. That is why I'm saying that if care is not taken, the APC-led government might also come back again in 2027 if they cannot get their acts right. Because if you see what has really come to the fore of recent, you will see that PDP as a party is fragmented already. You still have those vestiges of the Wike strand still calling the shots. Now, Atiku, Atiku ran on the same presidential ticket with Wike, and Wike was too confident that there was no way he would have lost that ticket. But the power that be, they play what is called high-level politicking during that primary, which Wike never saw it coming. Wike was overconfident that nothing, even if angels could come from heaven, nothing would have taken the ticket away from him. But to his disappointment, to surprise or something, Atiku took the show. And in politics, there is always alignment and realignment. That is just the operative word in Nigerian political firmament. As you can see now, you will see that the way PDP is going about this coalition something, if they are not serious, it cannot aggregate. If they cannot aggregate all their various efforts into one mode and become formidable, they might be playing on the abyss of failure. because I want to believe that now that it is now or never, all of them should jettison their selfish and primordial interest and see how they can wrestle power from this current APC-led government. Because if they really know that they really want, they really have the interest of the nation at heart, they should jettison their selfish ambition and see how they can aggregate, look at the equation, see how they can give a vent to whatever is already on ground, so that they can be able to oust the APC government from the reins of governance.
Yeah, Michael, do you see Atiku's move as a selfish one? Do you see it?
Sorry. In addition, I'll come to that. In addition to what I just said, if you remember, even the APC of today was a product of merger. If you remember, CPC, exactly, AMPP, ACN. So at that point, you can't play down coming together when it comes to taking power from the incumbent and all of that. So as to whether the move by Atiku is selfish, in my view, in my honest advice to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, if by chance he's listening to this conversation, is that he should not make attempts to even run to be the president of Nigeria any longer.
PDP said
it's my honest counsel to him. He has tried, he has made efforts in the past, and that has not translated into him coming on board. I think it's now for him to sit back and give support to somebody else. That's my view anyway. You know, the interest for me to a large extent is selfish. If indeed he still plans to run, that's exactly where I'm going. If his intention is to be the one running for the president, and I don't expect any serious party at that, regardless of, irrespective of the party now, to even field a northern person. I've said it here before now. I don't expect no serious party we field a northern candidate for the presidential race. Because there is an unwritten agreement that this stuff should be between the north and the south. Now, where it goes within the north is the business of the north. Where it goes within the south is business of the south. Take it to south-south, take it to southeast, take it to southwest. That is your work that one out. But 2 terms is expected to. It's not written. It's not a law, but that has been the pattern. That has been on for years now. 2 terms in the north, 2 terms in the south. So for me, I don't expect any serious party to field a northern candidate. They can give their support to a southern candidate. As mentioned by, I heard El-Rufai mention that in one of his conversations. Because of that sentiment, it's not the law, as I said, but it's on, and it has been there, and it has to some extent it's been working. So for you to even bring up a northern candidate after the 4 years of this administration, then you have placed that northern candidate on an edge of defeat. And I think that's my view.
Is the refusal of PDP to merge with other political parties a sign of strength, a sign that the party is formidable, or what?
You and I know that events of these recent times shows that all is not well with PDP as a party. You can see the crisscrossing from pillar A to B within the party internal machinery is already wobbling, because in a situation where the governors they are holding the jugular of the acting chairman or whatever, the proxy chairman, whatever, the appellate that might have been given to that post, you begin to wonder where is party supremacy in all this, because it's like most of these governors, they are the one paying, you know, contributing to the running of the party, and they seem so large that you cannot curtail their excesses, because they are the one that dictates who they want at any point in time in terms of party appointment and selection. And when you see that is not democratic, because it's more or less autocratic when you see yourself as a law. Now, come to your question. You see, the coalition move by PDP cannot see the light of the day when the internal mechanism is not, there is no cohesion within the internal runnings of the party. And if you also look at all the, you see, coming to Atiku running, though it is his inalienable right to run as a Nigerian. But what I want to say is that our democracy in this part of the world is so expensive that an ordinary person cannot just throw himself to the fore without having the needed financial muscle. Everything plays on finance. You must be well grounded in finance if you want to take a shot at the #1 seat of this country. And from the plethora of the people that are being bandied around now, that they want to vie for that presidency, who has the financial stature like what Atiku could muster? You understand? Among all the lots, who can really stand toe for toe with the present APC-led government? I think if you look internally, the PDP is fragmented. Atiku is the only one that has a financial muscle. Judging from his antecedent, being a former vice president, and also he has plethora of businesses across the world.
What about his personality? You're talking about financial muscle.
His personality, because nobody, no known court has brought any, though if at all any allegation has been brought against
about an allegation.
His personality, to me, I've seen him in person.
Can it command the kind of crowd needed for an election?
Yes, he can really command. Because when the late Yaradua died, there used to be a party platform. They call it PDF. And that platform was headed by the late Yaradua, the former president. And when he died, the mantle of running that block, the PDM, fell on Atiku Abubakar. It was on that crest that Chief Olusegun Obasanjo rode into PDP. They also added some kind of vent to the aspiration of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, who later threw him to become the president of Nigeria in 1999. And if you look, there's always a block in any party formation, just like what is being experienced in APC-led government now. You see the CPC bloc led by Mohammed Buhari and El-Rufai alike. You can see what is happening now. The schism in APC-led government is as a result of those blocks, because that is where coalition comes in. You bring where you have your areas of strength, where where I have comparative advantage over others. Then so that you align in order to form a formidable team. That is what will give vent to whatever political situation any person might have. I think, to me, Atiku, if he is a client where clinical reason takes the front burner, to me, I would say he should just go and sit down. We have other competent young people that can run. Look at what is happening in Senegal. In Senegal, he's not a military person. He's a civilian. At what age? Running an entire very young man. Why can't we have the same here? Emmanuel Macron, who is the president of France, was once in Nigeria, worked here, and everything as a reason. Even now, he's the president of France. Why can't we have the same thing? If we say our system of governance is tailored toward the West crafted democracy, why can't we replicate what is obtainable in that place here in our own shore here? But because when we say we are practicing democracy, our own type of democracy is anathema to what obtains in other civilized climes, and which calls to question: are we really of this present world or other world?
But what would be the implication if PDP fails to emerge with other political
In one liner, it's just failure. They will fail.
It means they won't be learning from their
Because
experience.
they are not learning from their past experience. It's like all of them, they are just acting like political neophytes. Because in political landscape, because they say there's one aphorism: the more the merrier. The more the merrier. Because nobody's an island all to himself. You have to align in order to achieve a common goal. You see, okay, check the antecedent of this country, the history of this country. As you know, you remember during the 1979, even if you were not, if you were so young then, but you still know what transpired during that time. Shehu Shagari led the government, whereby the MPP and MPN they aligned, and at the end of the day, they formed the government at the center, which through the likes of Edwin Umezeoke and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. He was a PDP man, and some other people that I cannot really remember for now. So if it happens then, why can't it happen now?
No.
So that is just my take.
All right, let me go to the comment section and see what people are writing there. It's Atiku who brought Tinubu to politics. Oh, that's what V. Raymond is saying here. It's Atiku who brought Tinubu. What Tinubu said was, but I was Babangida now. That motivated him. Yabi inspired him to go into politics.
You see, before Tinubu came to run as governor of Lagos State, he has always been in the vanguard of progressive. And he also aligned himself with all these civil rights organizations. He trying to see that Abacha or military dictatorship is removed from our firmament in this country. But when you now look at all those things, Tinubu too was once a member of the Atiku PDM bloc. If you check the history, that is why when people say it's Atiku that threw him up, they cannot be far from the truth. Because they've always worked together right from day one. Yeah, you see, somebody has to be somewhere to help you to achieve whatever aim or your ambition. Because that one should not mean that you should not give an express opinion that without Atiku, Tinubu couldn't have been what he is today. Because somebody somewhere will throw you up.
All right, on to the next one. Laidi Wasio, that Nigeria is a nation, is the greatest brainwashing of all time. But Nigeria is a country or a nation is a brainwash. That's what Wasio said. Okay, V. Raymond is saying that PDP don't want a northerner to have the ticket. But he just said it. He didn't mention northerner, but he said Atiku will not contest under the platform of PDP. You want to say something?
Yes. You see, that statement related to Bodejo will always know him. He speaks with double mouth. Because prior to this, prior to the now, he once said that if Tinubu should win this current administration, he should win in the country, that he will go on exile. As we speak today, Bodejo is in Nigeria, is in Lagos here, Lagos Island. He has not gone to exile.
Even when the president won the election.
So we all knew, all of them, they will say one thing.
They went to beg him. They went to beg him.
Who were the ones?
Not to leave,
you understand?
Not to leave, yeah.
So then when you look at all these things, is that an excuse? You say you will go on exile if you should win, but he has won. And we all know that even on the ground, even though I stand to be corrected, at one time it was reported alleged that he's been having some dealings with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You understand? Secretly. So that's an average politician for you. You cannot take them seriously. They have this way, they are so sly in their moves, in their motives. So you cannot hold them to their word.
Was he really persuaded to stay in Nigeria? Was he really?
I don't understand. How do you, I mean, at that level, Chief Bodejo should be a man of his word. What were you thinking when you said you were going to leave the country if Tinubu wins an election. So the moment you have said that and he has won, you should have honored your word and leave the country.
And leave immediately.
So what is he? Why should anybody beg him to stay? What is he doing for the country? Is he having any position that he's occupying? Just to confirm and to corroborate what my brother said, that he's not a man of his word. It's as simple as that.
Any implication of PDP's refusal to merge?
Of course, it's clear they are out of the race. I mean, put it straight.
If they fail,
yes, they should forget the 2027 election. Outrightly, they should. They can have pockets of wins in maybe some states, but for the presidential race, they should forget it.
All right, on to the next one. Atiku has declared President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as unfit to rule the country. This is as regards the drug case he has in the United States of America. How would you react to this?
You see, I once said here that this slow plodding and hesitant approach of the United States government in dealing with this matter, so that it will be crystal clear to the entire world that they are really in the vanguard of democracy and the tenets to see that it is done. How can you allege somebody? I call it an allegation that he is being tied. Our current president is tied to some drug cases, and up to this time, it has not been reviewed. It has not been really dealt with thoroughly, so that the whole world will know. We know that there are some information we might not be privy to as an ordinary citizen. Prior to the emergence of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other presidential candidates, they were all running over to United States of America as if that is the place where they are going to run their election, to give whatever they want to give and tell the whites or the Western powers what they have. You understand? The same thing is applicable to other ones that were running to Chatham House in London. At what point have we, as Nigeria, become the appendage of the United States, or rather the UK? Even though UK, they were our colonial masters. If we say we are a sovereign nation, whatever decision that is going to be taken, or rather is taken, must be to the commonwealth and benefit of Nigerians that live inside that sovereign states. I want to believe that the US government, they have not really been thorough, because there's one word, there's one maxim in law. If he who wants to come to equity must come with clean hands. I believe that the US organ, the DEA and the FBI, they are complicit in this whole game. I call it a charade.
Okay, he has failed in his security policies and also failed in giving the right infrastructure to Nigerians. That's what Atiku also said about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, let's quickly look at insecurity, as Atiku said on papers this morning. Now, to Benue State, we have a family of 8 wiped out, and others killed 52 in fresh Sunday night attack. Victims given mass burial. Government expressed displeasure. Troops rescue 19 kidnapped victims. Christian leaders plan protest over killings. I can get different sad stories coming out from Benue State, Plateau, even Borno State, as the president lost it all.
Okay, I want you.
Yeah, security-wise, the president is losing it at a very fast pace, security-wise. And we are dealing with security now. He's losing it very, very fast. And each time I talk about these killings, these one-time killings that we have seen in Benue, that we've seen in Plateau, that has lingered for years, Michael. My heart bleeds each time I have to talk about these issues. And I think it seems we don't know the gravity of some of these issues that we are dealing with now. Where we are now, we don't have an idea of the kind of people that lives in these places are dealing with, and is in place, and a governor is in that state that's going about security agencies per time that spans into like hundreds each time the governor moves. You have DSS, you have police, you have even soldiers follow the governor, and an average citizen in that state is living in fear, is sleeping with one eye wide open. The issue in Benue and Plateau, for me, we need to shut down this country, Michael, and I'm serious. The entire nation need to be involved so that the president will understand the seriousness of this madness. Permit me with that word. We cannot afford to watch our brothers being killed on a daily basis, and somebody is sitting down inside that Aso Rock as the president. Somebody is sitting in each of those state houses as the governor, with countless number of security agencies with him. Whatever you need to do to stop this killing must be done. It's not an advice. If you are going to remain in office, you must protect the people. People cannot be killed from time to time, and all we hear is we condemn these dastardly acts. We have asked security agencies to go after them. To go after who? How many of these people have been apprehended? How many of these people have been prosecuted as we speak? I think we must tell ourselves the bitter truth and shut down this nation to see each of us be protected. You are there to serve and not to be served. The reverse is what we are seeing in this country. You need to see the convoy of Mr. President in terms of the security people that follow him per time. That is what an average Nigerian must enjoy. What does it mean to be a citizen of a country when you cannot guarantee of your life? That one mad person can come out from the bush and sniff out life from families in their hundreds, and there will not be a security man to save them. Is that what leadership is all about? Is that what being a president is all about? If it is about condemning the act, any idiot can be a president. Any idiot can be a president. It is just to come out and condemn and just talk. Whatever must be deployed must be deployed. That's what I'm saying, Michael. It must. If it's not an option, it must be deployed.
Even marching order to.
Can we stop all this joke of marching order? Marching order to do what? Marching order to a governor that is helpless. Marching order to a governor that is the chief security officer on paper. Without apology, governors are mere chief of security on paper in their various states. They are helpless. They don't control the police directly. They don't control the army. It is the president that does.
Now, isn't it time the president summons his security chiefs? What are they doing?
You see, Mike, I want to say here that most times we say government is a networking of a team, and governance too also rest on that template. You see, I want to believe that all these security challenges that as we currently have now is like successive government have not been able to deal with it, and it's because it has become an albatross on each successive government that have come to the fore. You see, when you now look at the whole thing, you will see that every time we keep on hearing that slogan, we are on top of the game. On top of what game? When lives are being lost. This Nigeria, where life is so cheap, people don't longer take life as sacrosanct again. You can be walking along the road, then one madman can just come and just maim you down, and nothing happens. And at the end of the day, they will release a press conference, a press statement that we are on top of the game. We are trying to fish out whosoever is involved. And at the end of the day, we will not hear anything again. And now that is why you see some people now, they are now trying to resort to self-help. Because if the government at the center has failed, the mandate given, because one of the core elements of a progressive nation is to guarantee security. And whereby security is not guaranteed, how can you have foreign direct investment into the country? How can you have, attract foreigners to come and invest in your country? Because security is a template upon which every other thing thrive. And we have a government at the center that is sensitive, that doesn't even know, because they are already living in their own glass house. So they know they don't know where the shoe pinches the ordinary masses. That is why it has become a problematic this thing. Now Nigeria is in a barbaric position or state, because everything different kind of barbarism is being played out in every nooks and crannies of this nation, and nothing is being done to arrest all this barbarism. And that is why it makes mockery of whatever they say they have for us as a citizen of this country. Because when you gave us your word, you cannot walk the talk. Then you have no business being there.
What's the need?
What is the need of having you at the center?
All right, in the comment section, I have Udeze Chima saying that what? This is the first time I see Gentleman Mike get annoyed. He's pained to the marrow because of the killings in his village. Oh, is it all about your village?
It's not even my village.
It's not his village. It's not all about his village. It's not from Benue State. It's from Kogi State.
It's not even about village.
It's not all about village. It's all about
my brothers.
Regardless
of area.
Regardless of any area that you come from, we are all one.
All right. We have Tunde Okavo saying that Mr. Gentleman Mike, because this is okay. Sorry, Omorigbe Gunoba. Mr. Gentleman Mike, because these very politicians are not living clean. That is why they are moving that way. Okay, I understand what he's saying there.
Talking about the convoy, security.
Tunde Okavo saying that Nigeria politicians are the greatest problems facing all Nigerian citizens. Okay, many other comments. Okay, the V. Raymond. Cattle rustlers have killed their way from Core North to Middle Belts. Even Nigeria Fulani are being killed close to the borders. Mr. Gentleman Mike is speaking the truth to power this morning. Nice one, brother. Still coming. Messages are still coming in. Mike, did he promise you all anything during campaign in 2023? Did the president promise us anything?
Because there is always a party manifesto when it comes to electionary campaign, and those manifesto must be read to the public. When anything that is being written in that manifesto is about the programs of the party and which they want to do when they come to the reins of governance. And what we have seen so far shows that they have not been able to walk their talk or the manifesto to follow it to the letter. Okay. What we are having now is just fragmentation here and there. There's no cohesion in the administration, and everything, whatever we expected from them, has never even reached a desirable level.
All right, thank you so much.
Citizen.